Okay, Fredak here. Fred ACC, all one word, coming right back at you with a quick posting about XRP. Okay, for all those who subscribe, fantastic. If you're not subscribing, then you miss out. What can I tell you? Knowledge is power. I want to thank you all for being here today. And once again, this is not financial advice. I only share some of the thoughts that I have in my head. So we have this XRP. It's been making a breakout. I gave this out 3 weeks ago, 24 days ago. Explain generational wealth. You subscribe, you go look up some of my stuff. Watch it. If it makes sense, great. You absorb some of it. If not, in one ear, out the other. That's all. Nothing gained, nothing lost. Okay, so about XRP. Probably that's why you're tuning into this one. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on. Once again, it's not financial advice. It's only my opinion. Fred, ACC. Alrighty, so we had a move up on this thing here. I'm a New York City kid by lifetime nature, so I have a tendency to be a little bit of a cynical person. I've also been around the block a few times. Does that mean I know anything? Not really. So how does this all pertain to you, the individual? Okay, everybody's situation is different. Some people have the rent to pay. Some people have a water bill. Depending why you got into this. If you got into something this or anything else, it's pretty good, solid advice towards whatever investment you might be making. What was your goal? Nobody ever goes broke taking a profit, that's for sure. Down the road, I'm going to add a posting about how to protect your downside, which is something else that many people are not very aware of when they make investments. They get caught in a stock, they buy it at 81, it goes down to the mid-70s, and they're like, oh, I should have got out. If it goes back to 79, I'm going to get out. Next thing you know, it's 71, 70, breaking 70s into the 69, 68. You go into the praying mantis mode. I just pray it goes back up. Okay, but that's a whole nother posting for another time frame. Right now, it's about XRP, and what are we looking at? What's happening in front of us? I try to think outside the box. Okay, what does all that mean? I look at it from the standpoint of the big money. What is the big money going to do? There's quite a few billion of these, as I've explained in some of my past postings about XRP. The analogy, and I use a lot of them, might find it annoying, I don't know, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but if we have a small little aluminum fishing boat and you and I get in it, someone else is near the shore, we're at a lake, and they want to push us out into the lake, they could give it a push, and it'll probably go out a bit of a ways. But if you're talking about a ship like the Queen Mary or a huge passenger cruise ship, you could have 10 people in the water at the shoreline trying to push it across the lake or the ocean. It ain't gonna budge very much. The thing weighs like, I don't know, 9,000 tons. Each ton is 2,000 pounds, according to my science from the past. So, okay, let's get back to XRP now. So, for something like this thing to be moving like this, there must be some serious action going on. As I had thought, as the price rises, there's going to be those who are sellers. But the person who bought 10,000 of them at 30 cents, they're going to sell some of them, take their profits. But then at a certain point, those individuals start to dry up, and you can have an updraft the same way you can have a downdraft if there's not buyers to buy something. If there's not sellers, then that's the potential for a rise like this. Once you get that rise, the big money people, they understand human nature. The only way you're going to shake some of the loose leaves on the tree branches to fall off, meaning the individuals to sell some of theirs, is to shake and bake this thing up and down a little bit. Now, like I say, I'm a New York City cynic, and I've always been of the thought when it came to the stock market that at lunchtime, when some big block traders go out for their liquid lunch and they're hanging out chit-chatting, and the thought might be, yeah, you know, if Amazon was to take a 2-point dip right about 2 o'clock, sure, we'd probably shake out a lot of individual day traders and then we scoop in and buy. Or Tesla or any of the other big popular day trading at the moment stock. Over the years, there's always one. Whether it's now, 5 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, whether it was Enron, whatever it was, the high flyer of the day with the huge volume, and all around the globe, everybody's in there. Today, it's like Apple, Tesla, Nvidia. They're looking for the movement. They're in and out, and nothing wrong with all that. But I think it was J.P. Morgan that said it over 100 years ago. The game is not played in short pants or knickers. It's for the real deal. It's for the monies. Back to the XRP. So my viewpoint on it, and it's just my outside viewpoint on this thing, is that the big money knows that at some point they have to hedge their bets and be involved with this one or whatever's coming out of the frying pan. XRP seems like that is starting to become the one. So, to get some shake and bake movement, if you want to loosen up some stuff, you got to get this thing swaying up and down. That way, when it runs back to near the high that it was, there are people out there that are going to be like, well, if it goes back to where it was, I'm going to get out of my last 5,000 of this. And that creates sellers, which, if you're a buyer, you want sellers because you don't want to buy high. You want to buy as low as possible. Okay, that's today's XRP posting, more or less. As you've probably noticed, for me, it's one and done. I just do one take on this. There's no, let me redo it. No. One and done. I post. If you like it, great. If you absorb anything from it, I'm very happy for you. That's why I'm posting it. This is not here for my financial well-being. In fact, I'm not getting a dime out of any of this. You just post it out there. I've got my bags of XRP. And I hope that you do too, because if you subscribe and you're following the postings, because down the road there's going to be the day where we're going to have other XRPs, and we're going to dabble into the day trading world, something I did many, many years of. Am I all that good at it? That's a lot of puff and baloney that you see on all these different sites. XRP going to 1,000, XRP to 10 million, Bitcoin to this, blah, 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 that. Or the ones with the young pretty girls surfing at the beach. If that's what you're looking for, that's great. But if you want the real deal, come and listen to Fred Ack. Subscribe. One thing I promised in the very early going of my pages, my postings, was I will never sell your soul, nor will I sell my soul out to anything that I don't believe in. Now, down the road, if I were to have a huge subscriber base and I could negotiate some kind of great hotel deal out in Las Vegas from like Caesars or Wynn Resorts or whatever, I would definitely post it out on here, and I would say, look, they're giving me a free room to stay there. I'm getting compensated for this, but I'm not going to sign. I've seen plenty of sites on here that are touting things like Robinhood. Nothing wrong with Robinhood, but anything that's free, it's usually not free. There's no free lunch. All right, with all of that being said, before I cut this short, I do want to dabble on what I see going on Uphold and Coinbase. What is their main objective? To make money, of course. So when you go to buy these things and you go to sell these things, there's going to be slippage. There's going to be a buy and a sell spread. You can put in a limit order at a price, and I've already noticed I don't even get done. The limit order that I put in, even though it's trading all around me, lower than me when I'm trying to buy, higher than me when I'm trying to sell, but I don't get taken out. It's not regulated. So that's one of the drawbacks that you have going on. But capitalism has a very interesting way of evening the playing field. At a certain point, the big players are going to realize that if you're making a penny on each share, coin, whatever it is, stock market, whether it's Robinhood, whatever it might be, someone else will come up with a more ingenious way to offer a better deal to the average Joe Schmo out there, because the mathematical numbers are, if you're making a penny on each XRP coin and you're having 5 million traded per day, bought and sold, that's 5 million pennies. But if the entity competitor next to you is doing 5 billion coins a day, and they're making 1/10 of a penny, they're making a lot more money. Think about the mathematics of all that. Once again, if you need to, go back and rewatch the video, the posting, whatever you want to call this thing. Smash the like button. Any questions you might have, ask away. I'll try to answer them. Otherwise, I did post something on how to scale out of winners if your long-term goal was for generational wealth, to change your life. Personally, I think the XRP is going higher, a lot higher. But that's just what I think. It means nothing. Like I said, everybody's individual situation varies. There's no right or wrong answer. The only right answer that I do know is that no one ever went broke taking a profit. Okay, that's my spiel for the day on XRP. Please subscribe. I got some interesting things coming out. There's stuff on here about casino gambling, which I've been around the block on that a couple of times. Sports wagering, which I think is a really tough go. Horse racing, I enjoy trying to figure out the puzzle and looking for opportunities where I'm getting value or try to create some kind of a value for my investment, meaning my money that I'm betting. Okay, I want to thank you all for being here today. And, of course, as always, have a wonderful and prosperous day. May all your days be winning ones. Thanks. Bye-bye.